All right, Corey, well, it's been a while since you committed to South Carolina, but just kind of talk a little bit about the recruiting process for you and how you ultimately made the decision to join the Gamecocks.
Well, I always had contact with Chad because of my older brother. He coached and recruited Kyle also, and really came friendly with him. And I really came friendly with all the coaches at North Carolina, but when I went to South Carolina and met Tanner and all the other coaches, I just kind of fell in love. And when I came down to my final two, I just knew South Carolina was the one I wanted to be, and had that great relationship with Holbrook already, and just it was a really good fit for me.
Yeah, we talked about the coaches, but talk about some of the other things. You watched the College World Series, and did that help your decision?
I really want to go visit a College World Series, not just because they won the national championship. That maybe helped a little bit, but that this is what I want to do. And the football game was just nuts. I can imagine going to all those for 3-4 years, however many years I'm there. It'd be crazy. It'd just be a great place.
Talk a little bit about yourself as a player. What are some of the things that the South Carolina coaches and all the other coaches noticed about you that made them want you so bad?
I feel like my bat is probably my best tool I have. I know I need to work on my running a little bit. I feel like my infield's good, and I feel like I have a pretty strong arm and everything else, but I really think I swing the bat pretty well this summer.
Yeah, well, did you have any kind of memorable games at the plate with the Dirtbags this summer? Anything that kind of sticks out?
I hit a home run in the third round of East Cobb, which would make us end up in 5th place. I hit a home run and put us up. That was pretty memorable because I told the kid I was going to go up and hit a home run and put us up, and it actually happened. So that was kind of funny, and I thought that was kind of cool.
All right, well, talk a little bit about yourself as an infielder also. I mean, you're a shortstop by trade,
yes,
but yeah, talk a little bit about that.
Well, I feel like you got to be smooth to be a shortstop, and I feel like I am smooth enough. Hope I'm smooth enough to be a shortstop. That's really where I want to end up, and that's where they really recruited me as. So hope that's where I end up. I like third base, but it's not as fun as a shortstop. You get more balls hit at you, and it's just fun.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about the Team USA stuff. Talk a little bit about the process, how you're actually invited to participate, and talk a little bit about the trial out in Woodlands, Texas.
Well, a couple of the kids from California dropped out, and they were looking for an infielder and some pitchers, and they called around all the one of the coaches from North Carolina, and he called around all the big name schools and asked for some names, and my name fortunately got pulled up, and so I got a call like 3 days before I had to leave for Texas, and got it to work with my school, got it to work with my family, and I ended up getting to go. And that first day flying into trials was kind of nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie. I saw all these people and was just like, these kids gotta be good, you know. USA, I was just a little nervous. Trials went really well though. I had my first roommate was a kid from New York who was big. He was like 6'3", and he was an outfielder. He was pretty good, but he ended up not having a American certificate and couldn't make the team because of that. But trials, after 1 week of trials is when they finally made the cuts, and we all got sat in a room, and they talked to us probably a good 15 minutes before about just how to act and be respectful to everybody, and it was really nerve-wracking. It was almost like, just hurry up, your nerves are going, and they finally made a decision, and when your name gets called, it's just unbelievable. You just don't know what to even do. I probably just stared at the wall when I got in there for 5 minutes, just in shock. It was just a very, very exciting thing.
Yeah, well, those last few hours before, I mean, I guess you knew they were going to commit, or not commit, but select the team. What were your nerves like?
You butterflies all over your stomach. You couldn't stop moving. You're shaking. You're just so ready for that to happen. You just didn't want to do anything but go get in that room, and they made you sit in your room for a little bit, and it was just nerve-wracking. You just wanted to find out if you made it or not. It was just a great feeling when you do too. It's unbelievable.
All right, well, talk a little bit about your performance down there. How do you feel like you played?
I feel like I played really well. I hit pretty much every ball right on the nose down there. I got some base hits, but I also lined out a couple times, the infielders and outfielders. I can't really remember not hitting one ball hard down there. It didn't make any errors, so I really felt confident, but you know, you always have that little feeling that it could be, but fortunately, I made it, so that's good.
All right, well, we'll talk a little bit about your experience down in Mexico. How do you feel like you played down there,
I feel
just
like
individually?
I feel like I did really well. I actually made the all-tournament team and got that nice little plaque that's in Spanish and don't even know what it says, but shortstop. And it was really funny. But when that dog pile, the last ball actually got hit to me. I don't know if you knew that, but the last ball got hit to me, and making that throw, you just kind of clinch up a little bit. But when the first baseman called it and he called him out, he went nuts, threw my glove up in the air, ran out to the outfielder. I told him we were going to do that if we dogpiled because I didn't want to be on the bottom. So me and him ran out there, and then all of a sudden we were the last two jumping on, and some kid over-jumped the dog pile, and when he got back up, he landed on me, and we fell off, and then we got a big hug. It was just really exciting. One of the kids' name was actually Adrian, and he was the one that fell on me, and I said, "Yo, Adrian, we did it!" Like in Rocky. It was just fun. It was just a blast.
Yeah. Well, I guess going down there and being able to represent your country. Talk a little bit about that. We're in the USA. I guess you've got that on right now, actually.
Yeah, that is unbelievable. There's no experience like that. You're representing your country. You can't ask for anything better than that. It's definitely an honor. You just gotta go out there and give it all you have, and hopefully you win that gold.
Now, well, I guess your parents were able to come down there for a little bit and just talk about being able to experience that with them.
It was amazing. It was getting my parents to watch me in the USA jersey. I was probably more excited for them than they were excited for me, but it was just amazing. The field was really nice. Everything was just great. The first field actually, we actually said we're not going to play in that field. It was bad. We literally, like, the fields were 100-foot bases. The mound was 55. The little sandlot bags that you throw down and you step on them and powder shoots up. And the outfield wasn't very good. But when you walked in that big stadium with that huge crowd in front of Mexico, it was exciting. It got me ready for South Carolina to see 10,000 people in the stands. It was amazing.
Now,